The name of is revealed. Friends, E's name is revealed as the odd, and the word one, and the number one. And also the odd one, and also the eous one. And is the Almighty One whom is called the Almighty and the Sovereign One of all the heavens and the earth whom is called Holy. Friends, the name of the odd, is named one. And the number one is called And is the number one in Chinese. And is the letter Yud in Hebrews. And the letter Y in English. Furthermore, the letter Y is pronounced IY, in English. And also the Yud in Hebrews is pronounced IY. And also is the holy digram, which is the holy designation of the holy name of Christ. And the odd one. Furthermore, the names for Christ are eous, meaning the names of Christ consist of and E's eousness. And they all may starts with and end with And friends, this is how we know whom is Elu, and whom is the true Christ. And also whom is the odd one. And the name of Christ can be found in the highest praise, Hallelujah. But the name of Jesus are not eous. Furthermore, the name of Jesus isn't even Hebrew. Because the letter J isn't found in the Hebrews language. Friends, to learn more about the names that are associated with the name Jesus, please see the link below, which is called Behind the Name Jesus. Please continue on. Thank you. For Ilu will gather all the nations them together to war against His holy Jerusalem and to battle against Ielu, and all of their cities them shall be taken, and their houses them they shall be rifled, and their cities them shall become desolate, by bombings and by fire. And they all shall become impoverished, and half of the nations and the people in the cities them. They shall go into captivity, and the residue of the people them that shall be left they shall be cut off from their cities government them. Then shall the odd one shall go forth, and fight against all those nations, them as when Elu fought for his people in their day of battle. And in that day when Elu shall return, he shall establish his holy kingdom in his earth. And he shall reign from his holy Jerusalem. Furthermore, his holy Jerusalem shall be on standby above the earth. And his holy Jerusalem shall be seen above the city of Jerusalem, which was before times known as the city of Rome, and which was before times called Jerusalem. And then Elu shall dismount upon the Mount of Olives. And then the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west, and then there shall be a very great valley rift, and half of the continent shall be removed. And the other half shall move toward the north, and the other half it shall move toward the south. And the people that are left in his earth they shall flee from their cities. And they shall flee from the siding of Elu, and also his coming. And they shall flee into the valleys, and they shall flee from his holy Jerusalem. Because there shall be a great valley rift between the continents which shall reach even unto Azal, therefore they shall flee from Elu like fleas as they fled from Elu before. Because there shall be a great earthquake in that day, like the one during the reign of Uzziah king of Judah, and so it shall be when Elu the odd shall come, and also when all of his elected ones shall come back with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day, that the day shall be clear, and night shall not be darkened. But it shall be clear as day, because Elu have prophesied about it. Therefore when Elu shall return to establish his holy kingdom in his earth, and it shall be known to the people who are in his world as the day of the odd, and as his return, and as the day of his judgment day. And in that day we all would see Elu, the light, and would be their light in his world. And the world shall see whom shall be a light, and the world shall not be in darkness any more. And there wouldn't be no more nights, but this prophecy shall come to pass, that when Elu shall return, that it shall come to pass that in the evening and the night time, that it shall still be daylight. Because Elu shall turn the night into day. And in that day when Elu shall turn the darkness into day, it shall be the day when Elu shall establish his holy kingdom in his earth. And in that day, he shall be the only sovereign one whom shall be reigning over the entire earth. And then his living waters shall flow out from his holy Jerusalem, and then half of them shall flow toward the former sea, and half of them shall flow toward the hinder sea, and in summer and in winter shall it be. And then the Odd shall be the king over all the earth, in that day. And Elu, shall thee be only one Odd. And his name shall be called meaning one. As in the Eus one. And the Holy One. And as the Almighty One. And as the Sovereign One. Meaning the name of the Odd is one. He's called one. And is one. Because the name means one. Like digram at the end of his name, which is at the end of the name, the Almighty, and also like at the end of his name, which the name Holy. Thank you. To be continued. The end.